Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back, legally, on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame announced their class of 2022 inductees yesterday, and I really am working on it. I don't want to be an okay boomer like a lot of people who are complaining about this list.
Oh, but you do it every time.
I'm working on it. I've learned.
How long is it going to take, BJ?
Well, that's why I think today I won't complain.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I do want to tell you that our people are complaining that out of the performers that are going to be inducted, Pat Benatar, pretty much in a lot of people's eyes, is the only rock and roller that's being put in the Hall of Fame.
Well, Judas Priest are also in it.
Are they getting a special thing?
Yeah, but they're in the Hall of Fame. That's all that matters. And that I mean, I know some people are like kind of like annoyed by that because they feel like it's a backhanded
exactly
induction. Even though Rob Halford's been like, oh no, we're happy with it. It's like the Musical Excellence Award, which is given to artists that have influence creating music and has a dramatic impact on music.
That's all right.
It's not like it's the we'll put you in because people want you in award.
Yeah, it's deserved, you know,
Yes.
and maybe, maybe Judas would like to have gone in a different way, but hey, they're in, like you said, and, and Rob is probably like, look, dude, the fact, come on. We're in. That's all that matters. We're going to get the trophies, whatever. Other people going in the Hall of Fame besides Pat Benatar and Judas Priest, Duran Duran. Now, it's pop. Is it pop rock, though? I mean, I feel like, wasn't there a guitar somewhere in that band?
Yeah, yeah, overly synthesized, but yes, of course.
So I mean, look, that was the 80s.
I'm a Duranimal. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
I only like 2 of their songs, and I try and act like I'm a fan of the band. Like the Hungry Like a Wolf.
Oh, yeah. And what about Rio? Her name is Rio.
Yeah.
And, forget that one there, yeah.
There's other ones, too, I feel. There was that sappy ballad, the Ordinary World one.
Oh, right.
That was like after they were big.
And there's one called Come Undone. Is that one of the big ones?
Oh, I hated that song.
The Reflex. I think the Reflex was on
Reflex.
there. Yeah, that was one of the big ones. I know that you're hitting my 20s, so I know too much about this as I was playing top 40 music in those days in radio.
But I do like that Dolly Parton got inducted, and originally she was having that stance of I don't want to go in. I'm not a rock and roll band, but she eventually changed her tune when she was like, hey, a lot of people have reached out to me to explain I guess she just never really even cared about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to know what was up with it. She's like, now I'm starting to realize that it's not just rock band. So if I get inducted, I'll gladly go in.
Yeah, she's like me. She's like, I don't understand. It says rock and roll. What are you doing? But we have learned, a lot of us older folks have learned, it's really the Music Hall of Fame.
Yes.
It's really, and that's what it's transformed into, which is why the people that are still complaining about the fact that we're all the rock and roll, I know, yes, it's frustrating. It's like one of those things where words don't mean what they mean. And in this instance, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is actually the music.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it is. You got Eminem, you got the Eurythmics. I also think deserve to be in there because, again, it was kind of what rock was. I mean, synthesizers played a big part of rock music in the 80s.
Sweet Rain Dark. I hated the Eurythmics.
She was cool. I mean, she really was. It was just, she was just so different. And for me, I was not a hair metal guy, so I was so excited when the music that I liked, which was new wave, and basically, I was 20-year-old going, something new's got to come along than what they're giving us. Oh, and that's what I loved about her.
Anytime they were on MTV, I never hit the button quicker to change the station.
Yeah, I can understand if you're you.
Right,
yeah. You're you're
right.
you're a total
me some
rock guy.
Poison or Warrant, something cool.
Yeah, you were that
MTV.
guy. Yeah. Dolly Parton. Lionel Richie got in, which he deserves it. Again, is he a rock guy? No, don't bring it up, but he deserves it because he
I like how you say you're not going to complain about it being that, but every time it's been a non-rock band, you've had something to say about it.
Well, I just in case, I'm forecasting what other people who are not as enlightened as me would say.
Oh, okay. You're woke.
Yeah, I'm woke, buddy. I'm musically woke. Yeah. But Lionel, he was just a dominant force. Yeah, and again, when I first started in this business, Lionel Richie was up there just making stuff happen all the time.
What was this? He had Ballerina Girl.
Oh, Dancing on the Ceiling.
Or Hello.
Oh, that was the one. Yeah. Well, was he in another band too? Wasn't he in a band? Was it the Commodores?
Commodores.
Yeah, and they were also a great band too. So Lionel Richie's had an amazing career.
Easy like Sunday Morning, baby.
Easy.
I like that song because Faith No More did an amazing cover of it.
Oh, nice.
And Carly Simon, which is probably she's folky, but still deserves it. Carly Simon also was a force back in the day.
I don't know any Carly Simon songs.
Is that her? You're So Vain?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. That's a great tune.
Yes, I'm vain.
Okay. I really feel like we've just done a grave insult to Carly Simon.
Oh, good thing she doesn't listen.
And look, I'm not afraid to tell you, man. I had a thing for Carly Simon. She was so damn sexy.
Google her.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't like her because because she was, she didn't look like your typical.
Oh, she's very attractive.
Let me see her. Oh yeah, okay. I guess you would like her. All right, I'm happy to know that you would like her too. Even though
for that instance where we're going to get to have the devil's threesome with Carly Simon.
No, I'm not thinking that way. It's just usually women that I find attractive. You're like, what is wrong with you? So I'm glad to see that we agree on something. I'm not taking it from 0 to 60 going, so the next step now, Steve, is you and I are in a room together plowing Carly Simon.
We're
that's not where I'm going.
Eskimo twins, BJ.
Yeah, that's not where I want to go with that. I'm just happy that we both agree on what we feel is an attractive look. There you go. All right, Carly, congratulations to you. This is a touching tribute.
I'm sure she's happy to know that two losers in Seattle find her attractive.
I hope her publicist plays this for her so she can have better self-esteem.
She won't be able to sleep until she finds out.
She's been having a lot of issues with her sleeping, and I think this is what it was. She's like, those two guys in Seattle, I mean, when are they going to say something?
She was married to...
she's 76.
76, so she's right around your age, PJ.
Okay, she
was married to James Taylor?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were a thing. And James Taylor also, it's so funny, he transformed into one of the most handsome guys into everybody's dad. I mean, it's amazing. James Taylor was a heartthrob.
He used to have hair.
Yeah, but
he lost his hair.
When he lost his hair, somehow, though, I've never seen
old quick.
Yeah, it's insane. James Taylor, if you see old pictures of James Taylor, like every chick wanted him. I think he was my wife's hall pass. Probably still is for all I know. Vicky, if you can find an old picture of James Taylor, it's nuts how much he...
Yeah.
I mean, he was...
It's amazing what hair will do for you.
Yeah. I mean, it's just insane.
I did it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, Vicky will tell you.
He was wondering if you would all this time.
Yeah, but now if you see the old... How about old James Taylor?
Would you do bald James Taylor?
Yeah, see, isn't it amazing the change?
Maybe you have to give him a wig.
He looks like my grandpa.
Wow.
Yeah. Grandpa age.
Yeah, you're right. He is grandpa age.
How about Carly Simon, Vicky?
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. I'd hit that at age.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
She looks great.
A touching tribute for all of our Hall of Famers.
So I said the song You're So Vain is supposedly about James Taylor.
Oh, that's awesome. So she was Alanis Morissette before Alanis Morissette was Alanis Morissette.
And I just love that line. You probably think this song is about you because you're so vain.
And then the part in the theater, the part where she did something to him in the theater. Oh, yeah, that's
cool. A different song.
All right, they're the same person as far as I'm concerned.
They also think that it might have been about Warren Beatty.
Oh, Warren Beatty?
Yeah, a lot of people believe that because I don't think she's
Dick
ever...
Tracy?
Yeah, I don't think
she
she's
was
ever
involved
admitted.
with Dick Tracy?
I only know this because of a Family Guy reference, and I had to go Google it.
Of course, it's Family Guy.
They made a joke like, "Who is this song about?" She's like, "I'm never gonna say." And the joke on Family Guy was that it was about Don Knotts. But yeah, apparently
Don Knotts, the old actor from the Andy Griffith Show.
That was that whole joke. So I was like, "Wait, what is this?"
What a reference that is from.
Right?
That's Seth MacFarlane. It's like Don Knotts of all people he throws in.
I love Don Knotts.
I did too. He was on Scooby Doo.
He's great. Don Knotts was a fantastic comedic actor. It is amazing that, of course, does anybody know him? I'm surprised you two know Don
I'm
Knotts.
actually shocked that you know him.
Yeah.
It's funny because my mom was huge into the Carol Burnett show. So like Tim Conway, Don Knotts, and they all were guest stars. And so I watched
the Apple Dumpling Game.
Those were my references for comedy when I was there was a great movie they did together called Private Eyes. It's fantastic.
I just know him from Mr. Furley from Three's Company.
Yeah.
I know him from Scooby-Doo.
He was in Scooby-Doo. You're right.
That's how I know him.
Well, Barney Fife is one of the most iconic characters in TV history, from the Andy Griffith Show with little Ronnie Howard, the director, who was Opie, and Don Knotts was tremendous on that show. He was great.
He also voiced one of the I can't remember their names now in SpongeBob. The
really?
Superheroes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Was it Mermaid Man or
Mermaid
Barnacle
Man?
Boy?
Thank you.
Barnacle Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, anyway, we're, again, touching tribute to the Hall of Fame.
Right, yeah. Don Knotts, inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
About time, Don Knotts. You deserve it, brother.
Nobody rocks more than Don Knotts.
Oh, I'm telling you right now. Anybody want to know, you know what, we go to that convention, Steve, we're going to play this audio and then tell them why we are the top show in the history of radio.
Yes.
Because we talk about Don Knotts.
We will find a way to bring Don Knotts into the conversation.
Yeah.
For life.
You know, Rob Alford, though, did have something cool to say about being inducted as the Musical Excellence Award. Rob said, they really look at you beyond the simple band that you are. They really dig deep as to this album and to that album, this song and that song, and I really think that supports what we've always tried to do. And I think it's great that a band can see that the Hall of Fame is trying to do that. You know, some people go, I don't care about getting an award. But when they really take a look at what you've done, you really dig into the artistry that you have. And there's a lot of bands that really appreciate their artistry, and there's a lot that they put into their music. I think it's great to be recognized by people that see that.
And, dude, I think that they had a massive influence on rockers wanting to have studs in their leather.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember they had, like, the bracelet with all the leather. I remember wanting one of those so bad. I know it has nothing to do with their music, but there was an influence. Like, it just, like, I remember begging my parents, like, can you get me one of those bracelets that have all those spikes on it? Like, no. Why would you want to give you this? Like, that's like a walking weapon. I'm like, I'm not using it for evil. I'm just using it for rock. For rock.
And, dude, I mean, look.
There it is. You remember those? The spiky bracelets?
Oh, yeah. And the thing is, nobody had any idea that what you were doing there was basically like really being brought in to embrace a lifestyle and a way of being that you may not have really thought was cool. What Rob has done for, the LGBTQ plus community by basically showing people that, you know what, you can be who you are and still give people awesome stuff. And it doesn't matter who you are. You can give people awesome stuff. And that is something that I think Rob he should also be known for, which is why I'm glad they're recognized. From a social standpoint, this band is so huge.
And just from a rocking, everything about them. They're just such a badass band.
Yeah, I think that Rob will go down in history as an incredible figure for humanity because of that.
I remember seeing them at the WAMU Theater. I was trying to remember, when did I see Judas Priest? And it was it was at the WAMU, and it was awesome. Dude, they were just on fire. It was so great.
Yeah, and dude, I love it because you can appreciate them as a band. Like, it doesn't matter anything else. You go, you know what, these guys rock, and I love them. I don't care. I do not care about anything else, because why should I?
Right.
Yeah, and they are huge for that. I remember when the news came out about Rob just goes, okay, here's who I am, and that was big. It was big because then all of a sudden you had to go, wow, maybe I'm a douche because I really like this band, but you know what? I have been really unkind to certain people. And Rob, wow, okay, I guess I better change my mind about how I treat people.
I remember my buddies and all, when we were growing up and when we found out, it was kind of like, remember it was that Almost Famous movie? I think they kind of loosely did based it on that, or I think it was Almost Famous, or was it Rockstar? I can't remember. I'm getting those movies confused.
I think it might have been Rockstar.
Okay, both great films. But I remember when all of us, we were just big metal fans, and when we found out about Rob Halford, just like, I don't know. All right, cool. Like, still awesome. Like,
yeah, you
still
knew.
rock God.
Yeah. You got to see who your friends were, Steve, because your reaction.
None of us cared.
Yeah, your reaction. I mean, that's the thing. I had friends, because, here's the thing. You're younger than me, and I like to think that your generation a little bit more enlightened than mine at the time.
Oh, I'm sure there were idiots out there that were like, I'm done listening to them.
Yeah, there were.
Why?
I remember just being like, why does it matter to you? You used to like this until all of a sudden this, and really at the end of the day, does it matter to you? You're still an idiot. You still got to pay your rent. You still got to find a way to make your life. I mean, this means nothing to my life.
But what does mean something to our lives is that we were given erroneous information from both Vicky and Danny.
What happened now? What's going on?
According to the texters, Mermaid Man was voiced by Ernest Borgnine, not Don Knotts.
Wow. Oh, you know what it was?
I didn't agree. I was just like, I just said the character names. I don't remember who it was.
One of the greatest interviews in the history of interviews, rob him his day in the sun. Ernest Borgnine, still to this day, the greatest interview ever. I don't know if we have it.
Okay, you know what it was?
Who interviewed him?
Conan O'Brien. I think it was Conan O'Brien. I think we have it. See if you can do, or if you search for Borgnine, it might still be in our system. Ernest Borgnine, who played McHale on McHale's Navy as well as other stuff.
You don't remember anything from our show, but you remember this.
Oh, dude, it's a classic interview. He was one of the first guys I think I have ever heard.
I had the only audio I found.
Yeah, so just play it. Okay, here we. Hopefully, it's got. What else?
Have any kind of information? Or
yes, it does.
He's asked by Conan O'Brien. I don't know how much of this interview we have.
3 seconds.
Yeah, so he's asked by Conan O'Brien says, I believe it's Conan, says, "Hey, you are amazing. You're in great shape. You look wonderful. How is it, Ernest Borgnine, that you are in such great shape right now?"
I masturbate a lot.
I don't know how old this is, but it's old to the point where we had never heard of it. He leaned over and he leans over and whispers to Conan, Ernest Borgnine, and it was fantastic.
Broke Steve.
Oh yeah, dude, it's great. It's great.
I forgot that was Ernest Borgnine. I remember that clip.
Oh, it's a great clip.
It truly, no pun intended, blows my mind.
Yeah,
that you remember this.
Oh, I remember because it was powerful. No one ever really talked about that kind of stuff. And for him to admit that, and he's an old-timey, actor, his generation would never even talk about that stuff.
And I mean, self-love went through, they saw an uptick in self-love after that interview.
Well, I think... I don't think you really heard people mention it a whole lot. Maybe Masters of Your Domain. That's what they used to have to call it on Seinfeld back in the day.
He was on Fox and Friends.
Oh, it wasn't Conan?
No, it wasn't.
Well, I knew it was on something.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they knew he was going to do that, but I love that it was a wink and a nod. Like he's like, "Oh, you want to ask me that question? Well, I'm going to be really racy right now."
He was 91 when he said that.
91.
Yeah, I would think if he did it on Conan, we'd hear the roar of the crowd.
That's true.
And then the masturbating bear would pop up and be like, "Ah!"
Yeah,
I don't know why, but I'm just picturing that.
So he did it on Fox and Friends of all places. That's fantastic. Ernest Borgnine.
Now that just makes me miss the masturbating bear on Conan's show. I don't know if anyone remembers that. Well, how do we go from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to a masturbating bear?
A touching tribute to all of our inductees. That's this show. That's what we do. We're kind of, us. That's what we are about. Well, we have, you know what? We have another story that I'm sure is going to be touching to all of you about an alligator that broke into a couple's garage and did something really strange. What did the alligator do? Oh, you're going to hear from the couple at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. One of the reasons why I'm glad I don't live in Florida anymore. Uh-oh. An 8-foot-long alligator was found in a Florida family's garage munching on cases of soda they had stashed away last week. Boy, that would piss me off on a lot of levels. Because soda's my jam. I mean, I have stashes of soda. So first off, the gator in my garage, I'm like, okay.
Oh, man, Vicky showed me the video of it, and there he was wrecking the bicycle as well.
Oh, yeah.
This is why I don't keep my garage door open. My wife's always when we go walk around the neighborhood, she's like, why'd you keep the garage door closed? I'm like, potential alligators.
Gators.
Yeah. Right.
Dude, I mean, the joke is, they are all over Florida. In Jacksonville, I'm just like, no. I mean, if you lived there your whole life, it wasn't a big deal. But for me, I'm like, no. We had them in a pond in our development, like a little pond that's right in the corner of your houses.
There were one WrestleMania when I went to Orlando and I crashed my buddy AJ's house and just sitting in his living room and I just look out his little his door, the glass door to his backyard. And there's a small little gator just walking by. And I'm like, dude, you got a problem. He's like, nah, that's just normal.
Yeah, it's like deer. It's like seeing deer go through your yard for those guys. I mean, and luckily they were able to remove the alligator with the help of a professional. Here are Jamie and Karen talking about what they discovered in their home.
I open the garage door about a quarter way, peek my head in, and there's the alligator. The gator starts to back up. Mouth is wide open at this point.
We're getting ready for a party with cases of soda and everything else. Diet Coke was spewing everywhere because the gator was interested, tore open the box, had a few cans.
I know now I have something in common with an alligator. Love Diet Coke.
Me too. Boy, you do that. They should add some rum there for the gator. We would have had a great time.
Oh, yeah, that's what you want is a drunk alligator in your garage. You don't know what kind of drunk he is. It could be a happy or a mad drunk.
Yeah. And by the way, I think, you know what, she's the first Karen that didn't seem like a Karen. Yeah. You know, I mean, she seemed pretty reasonable.
Is her name Karen?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I was like, I can't remember.
Yeah, Jamie and Karen. But
that's right.
Yeah, and no way, man. If I would lose my S. I would lose my S. I know they're common.
I lose my S if I see a little mouse in my garage. Like, this is a whole. My wife loses her crap if she sees a spider in our garage.
Okay, well, the alligator's a different level, baby.
I feel like my wife would freak out more about a spider than an alligator.
Really? Well, that's amazing if that's true.
Well, you know, because she comes from a family of crocodile hunters. So there's.
Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot that.
Couldn't even try.
Dundee was her last name, wasn't it?
That was her maiden name.
Yeah, maiden name's Dundee.
Sid Dundee.
Yeah, there we go.
Sid Dundee.
That's a great name. She really lost out when she had to take Miggs' last name.
And I proposed that we do like a hyphenated thing. It'd be Sid Dun Miggs, but she didn't want to do that.
I'm telling you, kids, you don't get this kind of entertainment. You know, the closer and closer we get to that convention, Danny, are you isolating all of this great radio greatness here?
I mean,
I have it.
You can get better if you pay for it, but this is what you get when you get.
That is a good point.
Free radio.
You know, if we establish a Patreon account, maybe then we're going to give you the quality material. But until then, this is free, people.
Yeah,
this is what you get. This is free entertainment.
Free refund if you don't like it as well.
Oh, that's a good point. Your money back guaranteed. Speaking of money, Financial Website just assembled a list of things that we are wasting our money on.
Oh, boy.
And BJ and Miggs is not one of them.
I don't waste my money on anything. Oh, my Princeton shirt just came in the mail.
Yeah. Oh, good call, yeah.
I'll be rocking it tomorrow. Tomorrow's Ivy League Friday, BJ.
Is it really? Well, I did not get an MIT shirt. Vicky, have you made me one yet?
No, you said you didn't want one,
Good.
but I wasn't here.
Yeah, good. No, that's fine.
But I might have something else planned.
For me?
Maybe.
Oh, no, I'm not. No. Okay.
Maybe. I
guess
don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
I really shouldn't say no. It could be something I'd like. We'll see. I mean, but here's the thing. How many of these things are you guilty of?
Okay.
Let me just ask all of you.
Yes.
I'm going to ask all of you right now. What do you believe you waste your money on? And Joey Dees is in the other room, too, so we got to ask him.
Joey, get in here.
Because Joey is, does he have to?
Oh, no, I guess he doesn't.
Yeah. Come on.
I just like seeing Joe.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
He doesn't want to press the wrong button and break something.
Joe, leave the studio with the microphone and get into this studio with a microphone.
Well, that way we can have him in the room and just have his presence.
I like him being close.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys.
And I'm very curious to see what he spends his dad's money on.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's the thing. He's not wasting his money.
No, he's wasting yours.
So I have a list of the things that we all waste our money on. I just want to see what you guys feel like. Okay, if you can really have that self-introspection, what about you? So, you know what? Who wants to go first with what they waste their money on?
I mean, I have two.
You have just two?
Oh, okay.
Well, no, the first one that popped into mind was is food. Takeout. Like we don't need to get takeout every weekend.
Okay. I was coming to your defense there because I don't.
Well, you're an equal waster because the other one is T-shirts.
It is interesting. Food is on this list, guys, but it's not about the fact that you're wasting money on takeout food. It's the fact that we are wasting food.
I never do that. I don't do that.
No.
Yeah, if it's in my house, I'm eating it.
Have you seen me?
Yes.
I do not waste food. I should waste some food. But this is a disturbing number. Up to 40% of food in the U.S. never gets eaten. And if you pay attention to any global stuff going on right now, it makes me feel horrible because there are people there's real big hunger issues. I guess we've got bigger hunger issues recently than we've had in a long time in other parts of the world. And the fact that we waste up to 40% of food, it's like, why can't we figure something out? I don't know what it is. Why can't we figure something out? But you guys, if you eat all your food, you're not wasting it. You may be wasting some money.
I'm spending more money on food than I probably need to. But then again, now looking at how grocery prices are, it might be cheaper to eat out these days. Like, it's getting ridiculous. But I'd say the number one thing would be T-shirts. I make a lot of impulsive T-shirt buys.
Yeah, this is the only thing on the list here would be sale items you don't need. And you guys are big on sales. Somehow I see you and Danny, I don't know, they give you 5 cents off. You're like, you know what? We could get this Sounders right at 5 cents off.
I legit had to talk myself out of buying a Russell Wilson Seahawks jersey. Not because I wanted a Russell Wilson Seahawks jersey, but because I could get it for $50.
Which is insane, because $50 is a pretty good price. Like, that's not an expensive anything for a shirt.
And it's like one of those, like the Rave Green. Is it Rave Green or Action Green?
Action Green.
Sorry, Rave Green Sounders.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That's it. You're off the show.
Fine.
I mean, we can't have this kind
I even did that almost. I almost got a Mark Giordano jersey.
Why?
Because it's on sale. It was like $67.
It is crazy. I could make fun of you, but it is interesting how on sale tricks your brain into thinking it's the right thing to do, that you're being financially responsible.
It's like half price.
Yeah.
To me, it's like I'm an idiot not to spend the money.
I mean, all I really need is free shipping, and I'll buy it.
That or a good coupon code that I personally found.
Yeah.
Because then I feel like I just got them.
Yeah. That's why Amazon is brilliant. I pay for my free shipping, but I still think I have free shipping.
That's why I don't use Amazon.
Well, plus they have good TV shows.
Yeah. You can live in life in the 1980s. That's good.
Yeah, no, I do. But like,
congratulations, Danny.
Literally, if there's free shipping, because I would own so much more stuff if there was free shipping.
We have to stop this conversation.
Okay.
The first thing happens as soon as Steve goes to the Kraken page to see what deals he can get. What is wrong with you?
I wanted to prove a point. $59.99 for a Mark Giordano jersey.
Are you
granted it's a women's jersey, but you know what? I could get like a double XL and fit in it just fine.
And plus, it would really hug your features. Really, your curves would look great in that.
I want to let everyone know that these hips do not lie.
I mean, it's just like I'm working next to somebody. It's just
I found a youth
no
one.
Impulse control.
$50.
Okay, you can put that on your arm.
I'm sure like a quadruple XL kids shirt might.
You can wear it as a sash. Okay, so Vicky, how about you? What do you waste your money on?
I feel bad for doing this.
Oh, boy.
But anytime I go to the store, and it's usually like to give my parents a break, I bring my 3-year-old brother with me. And I can't say no to getting him at least one thing. So he has so many freaking fire trucks, garbage trucks. Like, he loves cars right now. So any of that. But then I'm like, well, I don't want to spend the $30 on the big one he wants. So let's get the $10 one. And it ends up being garbage. And we have pieces all over the place within a day or two, so I end up buying him.
I can't give you a hard time about that. It's my wife has to have a talk with me every time we walk into Target. She's like, you do not need to buy Tatum something every time. And I'm like, no, I do. Like, that's my job as dad.
Just wait till she starts being able to talk.
Oh boy,
sentences,
I know.
And then it's the entire toilet.
That's why I don't get invited to Target.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
The thing I'm trying with my little brother, and it kind of works, especially I hear with other kids it'll work during the holiday time, is if they want something, you pose them next to them like, hey, let me take a picture. We'll send it to Santa, or we'll send it to Mom.
Oh yeah,
and then they'll get it, or we'll get it later. And so it kind of distracts them for a moment, and we can at least walk away, and hopefully they'll forget. Unless you're on the other side of the store. My truck, I want my truck. Oh, God.
See, you guys, you got to let the kids whine. Do I sound like an old guy when I say that? You got to let them cry. You got to let them learn the disappointment.
Yeah, I mean, and then eventually just give them a job at a radio station.
And a house.
Yeah.
I haven't given my daughter the house. She lives there. It's still in my name.
And she will tell us a different
Yes,
story.
They'll pay for your kids' cell phone bills.
That's why you're roommates, right? She's not living with her parents. You're roommates.
Insurance.
Let them whine.
Joe, what do you pay for? What bill do you pay for?
I pay my phone.
You pay for your phone?
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
My new phone?
Do you have a burner phone?
Oh, I see. Yeah, you did pay for your new. He's right. He did pay for his new phone. He doesn't pay
The actual phone or the plan?
Oh yeah, the actual phone. He doesn't pay for the plan.
I said
stop.
the phone.
Just stop. You know what I meant.
I said, by the way, I said kids, not adults. When they're adults, all bets are off.
Oh, okay. Then you go back to spending a ridiculous amount of money for them.
Yeah, that's a whole different story.
My bad.
Yeah. Well, you know what? This all falls in line with the one thing that we spend too much money on. That's credit card interest, because I'm imagining a lot of you folks charge this. Now, I don't know if you pay your bill every month, so you have no interest. But fees and interest costs, the average American household, get this, about $1,000 a month. That's fees and interest costs. You're not even paying the principal of your credit card. That's insane.
That's me, man. I only have one credit card, and I got it back in college so I could get sunglasses and a bag of Skittles. And it's got
living the high life right there.
And I keep telling myself, you gotta just pay this thing off and be done with it, because the interest rate is stupid.
The funny thing is, I don't think I've ever seen you wear sunglasses.
No.
But he does wear Skittles.
Yeah, you do wear a lot of Skittles. Yeah.
I made a lot of bad decisions in college. That
sense.
might be the worst.
I think college isn't the only place.
Well, no, but that was the start.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the start. When your parents turned you loose.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
When I left the nest, bad decisions with money happened.
I can't argue with you on that one. And I really would be hypocritical. I'm sure I did the same thing. So how about you, Joey D's? What do you waste money on?
Mine's easy. It's beer.
I was about to say alcohol. I bet that's you and
That
Dan.
is not wasted money, Joe.
Oh, it's wasted when you get really drunk and buy everyone beer.
Yeah.
You're following the footsteps of great family members.
That's my favorite time of the radio conventions is that when it gets later in the night, the drinks start becoming more and more free when you hang out with Joey. Looking forward to Chicago.
Oh, it's going to be a good time.
I know this is never going to happen, but I'm going to put it out there. You guys need to come to emo night with us because Joe buys the entire freaking place free drinks that night.
How does he not get any action?
I don't know.
I mean, he's buying free drinks. Seems like a nice guy. I don't get it.
Yo, if there's an emo night in Chicago when we go,
Oh my God! Yes,
I'm in.
yes.
I'll even let you put guy liner on me.
Sweet.
Now I want to go.
I think Joey D's needs a stronger woman, like a woman who's a Sadie Hawkins. He just needs that.
Yeah, someone to tell me not to buy everyone beer. When you're drunk enough to buy the entire bar beer, it's not like you need the one you're about to have or the three others.
Right. Like I'm down to buy shots for my friends.
Yeah.
Not everybody though.
Yeah, anyone who comes in contact with Joe is just like, oh, all of a sudden we all have beers. Where did this come from, Joe?
What about streaming services? I've been thinking about
There you
one
go,
day.
Steve. That's me.
I have to spend a day just going through all this because sometimes I just impulsively get a streaming service and then say I'll cancel it eventually and I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm terrible with that.
I am that way with Apple TV Plus because I watched Ted Lasso. I can't tell you the last thing I watched on Apple TV Plus. There's a couple of shows I want to watch on that, but I don't. There's a lot of subscriptions that you could. Hulu, I mean, I don't know the last time I watched a Hulu show, though I know I will soon.
See, I got to ditch it because now the Kraken are done. I don't need the ESPN Plus package thing.
You could be like Rev. Rev told me he had to cancel, I think, Fubo or something because he got it for the Kraken games. But he's like, I'm going to get rid of it for 3 months and then I'll get it back when football season
100%.
Yeah, that's something I just don't have the patience to do. I don't want to get involved in all that cancel and get back and cancel. I should, but I just don't want to.
As opposed to
lazy.
Dropping $60 a month for those months where you're not going to use it.
That's about the price, by the way. 70% of us waste about that much money. On streaming services that we don't really watch.
One texter said concert tickets. During the pandemic, I had so much extra money, LOL.
Oh, that's true.
I'll tell you the one thing I'm very happy about, and because we recently went and did Joey's new vehicle, they say extended warranties, do not do it. They're usually not worth it.
I always love when I go to like a Bed Bath & Beyond and I get some little stupid gadget. And they're like, would you like, or Best Buy, it happens a lot. I'll get something where it's like, would you like the extended warranty on this? I'm like, it's like a back shaver. You think? I mean, it's like $20.
You actually should get the extended warranty on that. I mean, you're gonna really put that.
But you know what I mean? Like certain things, you're just like, well, dude, if it craps out, I'll just get a new one. Like I don't need this extended service on this.
That's the way I am too. And yet, boy, they do really make you feel like you don't understand.
Well,
you'll be caught without that back shaver. Then what?
I'm sure they're encouraged or nudged to be like, hey, get all these suckers to get these extended warranties.
We just got a tweet in from Liz Dwicki, and she says, what do I not waste money on? Am I right?
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I thought we banned Liz Dwicki from the show.
No, that's you.
Just me? I mean,
Liz is our
she's
homie.
never formally apologized to me for her, basically all of the bad choices she's made and whatever she likes.
Look, I don't see eye to eye with her when it comes to certain food takes, but I'm okay being friends with people I don't always agree with.
I look, it's Twitter, and I feel like we canceled her. Didn't I cancel her on Twitter? I didn't. I canceled. Well, and somehow it didn't work. I thought once you say you cancel somebody, it works. You mean Liz Dwicki has the power to override a cancel?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
What kind of being has that power? Who is this
Dwicki.
Liz Dwicki to power this? No, you know what? That's not how Twitter works, Liz Dwicki.
Because when did we have the argument? It was like about chicken wings and
pizza,
and
like
pizza,
pineapple on pizza.
Yeah, and then she got mad at us for the donut thing.
Oh, because we take bites out of we cut halves of donuts.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Which, of course, takes a shot at my whole way of life, the way I was raised, and the small village that I was raised in all those years ago, the village of Donutia.
Donutia.
Yeah, it was a great village. All we had was donuts. Okay, so what did Liz Dwicki say before? Because I'm canceling
She's
again.
spending money on everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What does she?
Well, you know what? We do see eye to eye on that. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll override the cancel myself. How about that?
I'm glad.
Yeah, I know.
I wasn't sleeping well until you said that. Yeah.
I know that Liz DeWicki is breathing a lot easier now. So there you go. So it's made her life better. Well, all right. I think it's time for you to honor the fact that Steve yesterday did get this one right.
Thank you.
What is the tallest mountain in the world?
Mount Fuji.
No.
Mount Rainier.
No.
Mount Everest.
Yes.
Of course. What's so frustrating is it just seems like Steve is nowhere near the right answer.
It's like Wordle. Sometimes I just throw random things against the wall to see if it gets my mind going.
It's just like we could see you driving the wrong way up a mountain, and then all of a sudden you hit a rock, the car lands right into where right into the spot you're supposed to be.
And you guys show up, and I'm waiting for you guys.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what took you so long?
And it was Mount Everest too.
Yeah, that's just not right. Okay, you want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs. We're going to do that at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I figure out who my creditors are?
People a lot of times have had a long time of not having good credit and having collections, and so they're concerned that you may be concerned that you won't be able to find all your creditors if you file bankruptcy. How will I know which collection agency has my credit card bill from 10 years ago now? And that's something that's hard to keep track of because credit collection agencies transfer your debts all over the place. But we will pull all your credit bureaus, and by getting all three of your credit bureaus, we'll be able to tell who has your credit and debt now, which collection agencies have had it in the past, and we'll make sure that we file all your creditors when we file your bankruptcy so that nothing slips through the cracks.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.